Good evening, wrestling fans. I'm your host, Lewis, and this is Evolution of Pro Wrestling. Welcome back to another exclusive episode. This is one you're not going to want to miss. Holy shit. And I quote, holy shit. What a week in wrestling we had. It was phenomenal. Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, epic shows. We're going to get into that later on in the show. We're going to be talking about the entire wrestling world today. Oh, man. The world is buzzing from everything that's been going on, from AEW, New Japan, all over the world. Before we go any further, I would like to send my condolences to the Aguayo family. Pedro Aguayo passed away last night at the age of 73, as well as Jacques Rougeau Sr., from the father famous for the Jacques Rougeaus, the fabulous Rougeau brothers. My condolences go out to them and their families for these great superstars that have paved the way for many superstars today. Speaking of superstars, AEW, what a card. Jon Moxley and Mr. Janela. Non-sanctioned match. Thumbtacks was there, tables, chairs, whole bunch of shit was going on. And it was a hell of a match. Jon Moxley took the match, but you goes to show Jon Moxley does what he does best, where he started. The death matches, the hardcore matches. That's what it's about. That's what brings ratings. That's what people like. They want to see the hardcore matches. They want to see the thumbtacks. They want to see a whole bunch of stuff going on. So this is amazing of what that goes on. Also, a lot of people were speculating that this was not unscripted, but for sure it's scripted, because you can't just stand there and take a chair shot and not use your hands. Shawn Spears came out of nowhere and knocked the bejesus out of Cody Rhodes with a chair, unprotected on the head, and the man had needed several stitches. But he took it like a man, he took it like a champ, and that's what wrestling is about. That's what pretty much the fans want to see now. And speaking of that, the PG era is officially done. No more PG era. And I'm going to get into that when it comes to this Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, because that's what our show is about today. The aftermath of the new WWE with SmackDown and Raw. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson have signed new WWE contracts, and we're going to get into them as we go into our topic today, and we're going to explain why. We wonder what happened to the Road Dogg. Road Dogg quit production. He wasn't a producer anymore. Now we know where he is. He's teaching at the Performance Center with his upcoming talent, giving them his expertise and all that stuff, which is good, because Road Dogg is a hell of a teacher, hell of a talent when he was in DX and the New Age Outlaws. So they're blessed to have a man like that teaching them the ways in wrestling. Maria Kanellis, that story that her and her husband were having, that she was pregnant, come to find out she is. She's actually pregnant with her second child. What is WWE now going to do? They got to change the storyline. They got to do something, because she is actually pregnant. She posted on social media. She took a pregnancy test. She's pregnant with her second child. So let's see how that's going to go. I don't know how, but knowing WWE, especially now with their new executive producers, they're going to find some special way to go through that and make it exciting. There's also a possibility that sooner or later, Sheamus is making a possible return. As you guys noticed, Cesaro and Sheamus are no longer the Bar. They broke up. They both want to go singles competition. This past Monday, we're gonna get into that with Cesaro, because I saw something that I'm not sure. I might not be the only one that saw what I saw this past Monday that passed with Cesaro. Drake Maverick, two-time 24/7 champion. He was leaving the arena. We're gonna get into that too. Well, we could just say it right now. He beat R-Truth for the 24/7 championship, and he couldn't be any happier. And his wife pretty much likes that he won the 24/7 championship. So that's kudos for him. There's been a lot of speculation, and I would love to see this, especially with the women that are in the WWE now. AJ Lee possibly making a return to WWE or professional wrestling at that. I would love to see her in WWE again. Excellent talent, excellent superstar to fight the women of today. It would be awesome to see her fight the likes of Bayley or Becky Lynch, The Boss, Charlotte Flair. Please make your return, AJ Lee, and bring CM Punk with you. If that's the case, convince the man to come to the WWE. There's something else we're going to bring in on Monday Night Raw that happened with Aleister Black. Apparently, something happened on Monday Night Raw, which we're going to discuss also. There has been word that there is talks with Davey Boy Smith Jr. We just saw him previously on June 29th at USA Pro Wrestling that he is in talks with AEW to get a contract. How accurate is that? We don't know. But it would be awesome to see him in AEW. He fought against Alpha Jr. at USA Pro Wrestling. That was an epic match. Both superstars gave it their all. Both superstars took it to the limit. But Davey Boy Smith was successful. But I rest assured, I don't think it's over between those two. Now, the topic of today, the aftermath of Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. Again, I quote, holy shit. Just like Corey Graves said it best. To kick things off, Bobby Lashley and Braun Strowman. Oh my God. These two were moving like they were luchadors. The way Braun Strowman did a twirl and Bobby Lashley spearing and doing all these moves. Like, it was crazy. And then the spear, supposed spear, through the Titantron that caused all that chaos, all that fire and fireworks. Shit. These guys really took it to the limit. They really put everything they had on the line, and people were talking. And that's what caused Corey Graves to say, holy shit, on the air, which we knew right off the bat things were going to get on point with the WWE. We also saw the Viking Raiders. These guys are making an impact on Monday Night Raw and in the tag team division. They took on the New Day. Then it became a six-man tag team match because Samoa Joe interfered in the match and ended up going after Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods. Next thing you know, the match was epic. That's what's leading into next week's pay-per-view. It's going to be awesome. Viking Raiders. Take notice, tag teams. This team has come, has come with a vengeance to take over professional wrestling. They are in the WWE to make a statement. They're in the WWE to get tag team gold, to show why we are the best tag team in the WWE from NXT. And speaking of NXT, we saw the Street Profits make their debut in the WWE from NXT, and they are the NXT Tag Team Champions. But is it their actual debut? I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see them coming up in the rankings in WWE Tag Team. NXT is a hell of a show. Excellent talent. But this is the big boys. This is WWE main roster. Can they deal with the heat? Can they deal with the competition? I think so. A lot of fans think so too. And due to these two shows, the ratings have gone up significantly with Raw and SmackDown. Best show I've seen in Monday Night Raw in a long, long time. I actually saw the whole show completely. You know, normally I like to see the beginning and I like to see the end. This show just caught my attention from beginning to the end. And especially at the end of Monday Night Raw. We're going to get to that soon. One key thing I saw, which I thought was an epic promo. Ali proclaiming to going after the WWE Championship and its roster and the WWE roster. Who knows what to see this man? The man is athletic. The man is hungry. The man wants to get that title around his waist. And I would pay to see him go up against Kofi Kingston for that world title. Who wants to see it? I know I want to see it. I know you guys want to see it. Comment on it. Comment whatever you want on this show. What you thought about Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. The Undertaker appeared again on Monday Night Raw. He claims he's going to take Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre's soul. And especially now with a new stipulation. Many of you didn't know this. Undertaker and Roman Reigns are going to be taking on Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre on next week's Extreme Rules in a no-holds-barred match. Epic match. I can't wait to see it. Dream match, Undertaker. Dream team, Undertaker and Roman Reigns. Never would have thought I would see these two tag teams, especially after the match they had at WrestleMania. Oh, man. And I had mentioned Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. At the ending of Monday Night Raw, AJ Styles became a heel. The club is back together. Gallows, Anderson, AJ Styles. They attacked Ricochet. Now the chips are in place. How is this going to unfold? What is going to happen next? Nobody knows. Nobody saw it coming. Nobody saw that AJ Styles was going to become a heel. He's been heel before. He's been a hell of a heel before. I want to see where this is going to go. Now that none of the factions are in the WWE, none of the factions are in the WWE, you don't have the Shield there anymore. So let's see what the club is going to do. Because they raised hell in Japan. When they went Japan, they went TNA, they tore it up like major. So let's see what's going to go on now. And I know Ricochet is not going to take this lying down. The man is the United States champion. He's going to want to get his revenge. He's going to want to go after AJ Styles. Supposedly, AJ Styles is now the target of Ricochet. And we just got a comment. Travis the Walker Anderson just states that he loves AJ Styles as a heel. AJ Styles can definitely pull off to being a hell of a heel because he did it when he had that feud with Shane McMahon back then at WrestleMania. Got the respect of Shane McMahon, and they had a hell of a match at WrestleMania as well. So I like AJ Styles as a heel too. You know, he always says, "I am the man that built SmackDown, the house that AJ Styles built," but now he's on Raw. So let's see how that's going to go. Especially now with this wild card rule that hopefully they'll get rid of and just put just two brand extensions, expanding the brands. Who knows? You might have an invasion from SmackDown going into Raw or from Raw into SmackDown. I would like to see it, especially now with both producers in the show of Eric Bischoff and Paul Heyman, two master geniuses. Holy shit, that would be so epic to happen. We would probably have interpromotional matches just like we used to at WrestleMania or SummerSlam. Cesaro. I don't think Cesaro was too happy on Monday Night Raw. I saw his face. I saw the way he was fighting No Way Jose. Everybody was chasing the 24/7 champion, who at the time was R-Truth before Drake Maverick beat him for the title. I don't think he was too happy to be in the ring with No Way Jose. I think he thinks they're misusing him, which I think they are. The man has talent. The man is phenomenal in the ring. He's strong as hell. The only man to pick up the Great Khali the way he did, like, something's got to give. Put this man in the mix. Give him a push. If that's the case, put this faction you're talking about, the main eventers, EC3, Bobby Roode, Cesaro, put these guys together and give them one great female manager. You got the new Dangerous Alliance. Put them in. Put them up there. You can't go wrong. I guarantee you they will wreak havoc in the WWE. But let's see if the WWE wants to pull that trigger. We also saw a number of matches, tag team matches, to determine who was going to be facing for the WWE SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions. Turns out to be the Heavy Machinery, Eric Rowan, and Daniel Bryan, and the New Day. Epic triple threat. It's going to happen in Extreme Rules. Just this card alone that's coming up in Extreme Rules, it's going to be epic. You know, when you talk about certain things in wrestling with Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, back then, Monday Night Raw and SmackDown were always edgy. They were always TV 14. They wanted to bring that crowd. And then the PG era came. They lost fans. They lost, a lot of teenagers. Now, Vince McMahon is pulling this trigger, finally is pulling that trigger to go edgier, eliminate PG, get more teens involved in this situation, in this network. And that's what needed to be done. That's what the fans want, Vince McMahon. And you finally pulled the trigger and said, the hell with politics, the hell with sponsors. This is what I'm going to do. This is what Fox wants, and I'm going to do it. They're paying him a shitload of money to produce the best that he can do. And now, with these two signings of Eric Bischoff and Paul Heyman, he did it, and that's what's going on. And now, me, as a wrestling fan, am now enjoying WWE because just this week, I hope WWE will keep it going. I hope WWE keeps it going with these epic shows of Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. NXT is another show that's good. But I want to see where this is going to go. I want to see what Paul Heyman has up his sleeve for the next show, because I know many people thought, okay, Bobby Lashley and Braun Strowman, what a match. Two big guys, they're not really going to move much. I was like, wow, I didn't think these guys could move like this. I didn't think they could do what they did. But they did, and they beat the living hell out of each other. And that's what the fans were enjoying. The fans loved it. We enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. My wife enjoyed it. My son, my 2-year-old son, loves wrestling. So imagine what other fans are looking at and are waiting for. You understand what I'm saying? SmackDown also. Kofi Kingston flipped off Samoa Joe. Who would have thought about that? You know what I mean? And it's funny, the cameraman tried to hide it behind Joe's head, but sorry. Once he moved once Joe moved, the finger was there. And a lot of people were like, wow, who were thinking about that? And it happened. It really happened. And then you got other stuff that happened in the show. You know, you had Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross with Bayley. You know, a lot of friction is going on there. You know, Nikki Cross is helping Alexa Bliss a lot. But I think Nikki Cross has something up her sleeve. And I think WWE is looking to give her a major push to go for the WWE Women's title, whether it's SmackDown or Raw. I would like to see her champion. Make it happen. Bring that crazy Nikki Cross back, because I love that character. She was insane when she first debuted, and she's still insane now. I know she's just hiding. Another thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, Aleister Black is finally going to get an opponent at Extreme Rules. He said, someone knock on the door. Who dares knock on the door and challenge me? That's all you heard. And that smile on his face when he said, I got somebody. In his mind, I finally got a challenger that is going to face me. Who do you think it is? Is it Randy Orton? Is it AJ Styles? Ricochet? Maybe it could be Finn Balor. Maybe it could be Bray Wyatt. That I would like to see. Aleister Black and Bray Wyatt, especially Bray Wyatt with his new character. Oh man, that would be epic. And speaking of Finn Balor, they were wondering who his next opponent was going to be. And on Monday Night Raw, Shinsuke Nakamura appeared in his face and said, me. That's a match I want to see. And I hope they book that match for Extreme Rules, because with those two going at it with each other, I would pay to see the match. Those two. I want to see Shinsuke get back into the mix. I want to see him get back into the role of Shinsuke, the strong style superstar, and bring some ratings back to Monday Night Raw or SmackDown, whichever. Bring him in. Give him that push that he rightfully deserved and still deserves. When it comes to Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, as I mentioned earlier, the history with that. You had Austin 316, The Rock, the most electrifying man in sports entertainment, Y2J, the Radicals. You had a whole bunch of people on Monday Night Raw, and you had people on SmackDown, and the ratings were crazy. DX, suck it, Attitude Era. That's what this is about. That's what Vince McMahon is doing, and I'm glad he brought it back because that's what we needed. Now what's going to happen now? What's the next step that's going to happen when Paul Heyman unleashes the Beast? They might do something different with the Beast of Brock Lesnar, make him better with the Money in the Bank contract. I don't know. What do you guys think? You guys are watching the show. Whoever's watching the show, what do you guys think is going to happen next? What would you like to have happen next on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown? Anything can happen. What you want to see, a hardcore match between Braun Strowman and, let's say, give or take, Drew McIntyre. That's another thing. That Drew McIntyre was handpicked by The Undertaker. That's probably why The Undertaker came back to Monday Night Raw, that he wants to face Drew McIntyre at either WrestleMania or SummerSlam. That's why he keeps coming back to Monday Night Raw. So Monday Night Raw is the place to be right now, especially with The Undertaker constantly keep coming back and coming back and coming back. I want to see where this storyline goes between him and Drew McIntyre. We just got another comment. Bray Wyatt, 24/7 champion. I would have to disagree with that, Mr. Anderson. He's an excellent superstar, but I would rather put him someplace better. I will put him for the WWE Championship. 24/7 Championship don't get me wrong. It's one of the most entertaining things on Monday Night Raw now in WWE right now, period. Because you got all these superstars chasing R-Truth or Drake Maverick and stuff like that. It's funny. It's funny and it's fun, and we like it. But at a point, it's going to have to get serious. It's going to have to get brutal. And now that Brock Lesnar is no longer champion, he's not a part-timer, you got the WWE and Universal Championship now that can be defended. Speaking of that, with the Universal Championship, Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins are the power couple of what they say. They're the power couple in the WWE. They're always together, and it's like they're taking on all comers. But now that's another thing that they announced on Monday Night Raw. Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch against Lacey and Baron Corbin in Extreme Rules, winner take all. Meaning the women's title's on the line and the Universal title's on the line. You know what I mean? So imagine that. We just got another comment. Alex Red thinks that Bray Wyatt needs to challenge for the Intercontinental Championship. Absolutely. I would love to see the new gimmick of Bray Wyatt challenge the Demon, Finn Balor. They have unfinished business. They have that history back then. I would love to see it. With those two, the character of him now and the Demon King, oh shit. That would be an epic match, especially in a hardcore match, which I know Alex Red loves that hardcore. The new face of hardcore, Atomic Revolutionary Wrestling. As always, thank you for watching. It's incredible. It's incredible. It's good to be a fan now with everything that's going on in the WWE. I'm enjoying it. I'm hoping that you guys are going to enjoy it. And it's just going to be crazy to see what's next. I'm anticipating to see what is going to be next on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown next week. It's just crazy. Like, we haven't seen the Firefly segment in a while. I'm not sure if they pulled it or they're just setting the point for Aleister Black and Bray Wyatt's feud to begin. Now that someone knocked on the door of Aleister Black to accept the challenge, I can't wait to see who's that challenger. And Aleister Black is an awesome talent. The man is phenomenal. The man's in-ring ability is epic. His entrance is epic. His promos are epic. I can't get enough of the guy. Bray Wyatt is another one. I can't get enough of him either. Let's make it happen, WWE. Let's do it. I can't wait to see it. And I'm just getting hyped up just thinking of what's going to be next week on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. So, with that being said, fans, give me your questions, give me your comments, give me anything you want to tell me. I can try to answer them for you, or what I think is going to happen, because I've been a fan for over 30 years. I've been seeing WWE. I know what they do. Sometimes they're predictable, sometimes they're unpredictable. This past week, they were unpredictable, and nobody knew what was coming when it came down to it. Okay, we just got another comment. Travis the Walker wants to see AJ Styles versus Ricochet in a ladder match for the U.S. title at Extreme Rules. Oh, shit. That's a great idea. WWE, book the match. I think it would be a hell of a match, but I think we can add a twist to that. Instead of a ladder match, how about a TLC match with those? And I know with those two, in a TLC match, they would just pretty much take the roof off the building. The crowd would go crazy. Everything would go crazy. Like, holy shit. And I would love to see that match. A TLC match, AJ against Ricochet. And I would have to pull for Ricochet too, because Ricochet is a phenomenal athlete. Not too much behind the mic. You know, he's still got to work on his promo skills, but I would pay to see the match. And I hope it can happen. There's going to be other several matches that they're gonna announce for Extreme Rules, you know, and I'm just looking forward to the card. And that's what's best for business. Matches like that you just named, Travis the Walker. If WWE sees it, WWE can book it. I would pay to see it. I will see it on the network, and I will enjoy it. Well, wrestling fans, today's show was an epic show. We appreciate you guys watching. Everyone showing their support on watching this show. Thank you. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or topics, please email us at evolutionofprowrestling@gmail.com. Follow us. Here's our shirt, our brand new shirt, on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Don't forget to follow us there. Don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel. Next week's show, most extreme moments in professional wrestling. And this goes all over wrestling. And that's going to lead us to Extreme Rules. We're going to come down. We're going to go by the rundown of the card. We're going to give our predictions and much, much more. And we're going to continue bringing you all the news of the wrestling world. For myself, Lewis of Evolution of Pro Wrestling, and my producer and director, my lovely wife, Yesenia, thanks again for joining us. You guys have a good night.